Hello, I'm John Funfar with Communications and Public Relations, and welcome to the H2C 2-Minute Take here at the Effluent Treatment Facility. Congratulations to everyone who helped restart the first campaign since the new equipment was installed. Steam at the 242A boiler annex means one thing. Final preparations are underway for a restart of the 242A evaporator. The plant, processes, and people are ready to resume operations for the first time since 2019.
So we use this time to go through our safeties on all the boilers and our water systems. And this is the time that we get this without affecting a campaign.
Making it better. Thanks to much planning and hard work, a new pump is now an AP107 providing critical redundancy for the direct feed low activity waste program to immobilize waste in glass. Welcome back. The recent power upgrade along Canton Avenue is complete and the affected staff are returning to their normal workspaces. Finally, we celebrate success. The West Area Risk Management Project received approval for the Critical Decision 1. The CD1 approval is a major step towards beginning construction. Congrats to the 2024 ALAR winners for reducing worker exposure. The Radiological Control Video Surveillance Crew, the A102 Equipment Installation Crew, the Radcon Waste Retrieval Team, and Nick Janshin, ALAR Employee of the Year. Finally, thank you to the Washington River Protection Solutions transition team members, recognized for their role in supporting the smooth transition to H2C.
H2C is a values-based organization, and today we're at the 242A Evaporator with Carol Johnson, who is the president and program manager for H2C. So, Carol, you've had the last, it'll be a month, to crisscross the site, see the project in action, and meet the people. Which value do you think best exemplifies the H2C team?
Well, that's a good question because there are probably several we have 6 values, and there are probably a couple that come to mind that are super important or that I really have felt as I've walked around and talked to people and visited places. I think since I'm here in the 242A Evaporator, this team here has clearly owned this restart. It's been challenging, with changes in procedures and training, additional training and engineering and equipment challenges, and this team has stuck with it, persevered, owned it, and it'll be a happy day when we get it restarted, and it'll be one that we celebrate with the entire team. I think also, though, the other one I would say that's probably a close second is make it better. As the leadership team, we've talked to a lot of people as we've gone, a lot of different places. And when we talk about make it better, I'm so pleased with the people's embracement of that value. They truly do want to make things better. And they're very open and honest and willing to share their ideas and the suggestions that they have that ways in which I can help and my leadership team can help in making things better. So it's been a great start, and those 2 values I think are probably the 2 that rise to the top.
What gets you up in the morning though? What's the driver for you?
Well, the mission is the driver for me. I've said this before, and I don't mean for this to sound egotistical, but I retired and came back to work. I have friends who think I've lost my mind, but I came back to work because I care about this mission. I live here in the Tri-Cities. I will continue to live here in the Tri-Cities. So the community and this mission is extremely important for us to get accomplished.
So when you look at it, what do you think our largest or our biggest challenge is with the team going forward?
Looking ahead, to the summertime here, we have really a great challenge and a great opportunity ahead of us. We'll have ETF online operating. We'll have the evaporator up, reducing waste volume. We'll have retrievals underway, and we'll have TSCR operating. And that's the first time ever that we will have all of those systems and all those unit operations online.
We talked about we've only been here a month. We got a 10-year contract. if you had a crystal ball, what's your thought? What's it look like in the next year, 2 years? What excites you about that, and what is it?
We have milestones to retrieve waste out of tanks, 24 tanks by 2040. That sounds easy. It is not easy. There's a lot of equipment and technology that has to be removed and technology deployed in order to achieve that, and working closely with the Department of Energy and the Department of Ecology. So those kind of things where we are really executing the mission, getting waste out of tanks and getting it to a final disposition form. I think for me, that's what excites me, and that's what, focusing down the road on details of that planning is something that, that I'm focused on.
I've seen you out here several times, and you're in the field, and for a successful company, you need to know your people from the bottom up and the inside out and everything. If you wanted somebody, I mean, you're probably an open book. If somebody wants to come talk to you and ask you, the big boss, how do they approach you?
Just come up and say hello, maybe give me a donut. That helps. I like sugar, but just, I like to think, and I work at this to be really approachable. I want people to feel comfortable with me. I'm here, it's important to have that engagement. If folks feel uncomfortable talking with me, that's my problem. And I have to work to make them feel more comfortable. And I try to be authentic, and I try to demonstrate that I care about people and what they do and how they do it, and how we can make things better.
Fantastic. Well, hey, thanks so much for talking with us today. That's some really good insight for the team, and welcome aboard.
Thank you. My pleasure.